Ever wonder why your heart skips a beat when a mirror shatters? Why do we instinctively brace for 7 years of bad luck? It's a superstition so deeply ingrained in our culture that even the most rational among us might feel a little shiver. But where did this idea come from? Is it just an old wives' tale, or is there something more to it? Today, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating and sometimes spooky history behind one of the world's most enduring superstitions. We'll travel back in time to ancient civilizations, explore the mystical powers once attributed to mirrors, and uncover why the number 7 holds such a powerful significance. So, get ready to look beyond your reflection, because the story behind the broken mirror is far more complex and intriguing than you might think. Let's shatter some myths, shall we? To truly understand this superstition, we need to rewind the clock way back before glass mirrors even existed. In ancient times, people saw their reflections in pools of still water, polished stones like obsidian, or shiny metals like bronze and copper. These weren't just simple reflections. They were seen as windows into another world, a direct link to the spiritual realm. The image staring back at you wasn't just you, it was considered a glimpse of your soul, your very essence. The Greeks even had a name for this practice, katoptromancy, a form of divination where priests would interpret reflections in water to predict the future. A clear, steady reflection meant good fortune and health, but if the reflection was distorted or broken, it was a terrible omen, signaling impending danger, sickness, or even death. So, from the very beginning, a disturbed reflection was tied to a disturbed fate. The ancient Romans took this belief a step further. They were the ones who truly cemented the connection between a reflection and the soul. They believed that mirrors, which by then were often made of polished bronze, had the power to capture a piece of a person's spirit. When you looked into a mirror, a part of your soul was momentarily trapped within it. Therefore, breaking a mirror was not just an accident. It was a violent act against your own spiritual self. It was believed to shatter your soul, leaving you vulnerable to misfortune and evil spirits. But why 7 years? The Romans had a very specific belief about the cycle of life. They thought that the human body and soul renewed themselves every 7 years. So, if you broke your soul by shattering a mirror, you would have to endure a full 7-year cycle of bad luck before your soul could fully heal and regenerate. It was a long, arduous wait for spiritual renewal. This idea traveled through Europe and was reinforced by other cultural beliefs. The number 7 has held mystical and religious significance across many civilizations. Think about it. 7 days of creation, 7 deadly sins, 7 virtues, 7 wonders of the ancient world. It's a number that signifies completion and a full cycle. It was a potent combination of spiritual belief and numerical symbolism that made the superstition stick. Then came the advent of glass mirrors, and things got even more interesting. In the 15th century, Venetian glassmakers in Murano perfected the art of creating crystal-clear glass mirrors, backed with a silver amalgam. These mirrors were revolutionary. They were not only incredibly effective at reflecting images, but were also breathtakingly beautiful and astronomically expensive. For a long time, only the ultra-wealthy could afford one. A mirror was a status symbol, a piece of art that could cost as much as a small ship. Now, imagine you're a servant in a wealthy household. Your employer's prized possession is a mirror that costs more than you'd earn in your entire lifetime. The fear of breaking it would be immense. The 7 years of bad luck was not just a spiritual threat. It was a clever way for masters to instill fear and caution in their servants. The threat was a brilliant deterrent. 7 years of bad luck was a terrifying prospect, but perhaps even more terrifying was the immediate wrath of your employer and the crippling debt you'd incur to replace such a priceless object. So the superstition evolved. It started as a spiritual belief about the soul, was given a specific timeline by the Romans, and then was reinforced by the economic realities of the Renaissance. It's a perfect storm of mythology, psychology, and practicality. The fear wasn't just about a broken soul anymore. It was about broken finances and social ruin. This multi-layered meaning is what has given the superstition its incredible staying power over centuries. But what if you do break a mirror? Are you doomed to 7 years of misery? Thankfully, our ancestors weren't just good at creating curses. They were also pretty creative when it came to finding cures. Over the years, various rituals have emerged to counteract the bad luck. One of the most common remedies is to carefully gather all the pieces of the broken mirror without cutting yourself, which is considered an extra dose of bad luck, and either grind them into dust so they can no longer reflect anything, or take them to a running stream and throw them in. The idea is that the flowing water will wash away the bad luck and carry it far away from you. Another popular antidote involves the moon. According to folklore, you should take a piece of the broken mirror and touch it to a tombstone under the light of a full moon. This rather spooky ritual is believed to transfer the bad luck from you to the spirit residing in the grave. A slightly less morbid option is to wait until the next full moon, hold a piece of the mirror up to it, and gaze at the moon's reflection. The positive energy of the full moon is thought to cleanse the bad luck from the shard and, by extension, from you. Whether it's burying the pieces, waiting it out, or using the power of the moon, people have always sought ways to reclaim control over their fate. It shows our innate desire to find solutions and restore balance, even in the face of a curse. Of course, in our modern scientific world, we know that a mirror is just glass with a reflective coating. Breaking it doesn't shatter your soul, and it can't magically curse you. The bad luck associated with a broken mirror is more likely the result of our own psychology. It's a concept known as a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you truly believe you're going to have bad luck, you'll start noticing every little thing that goes wrong. You'll spill your coffee, miss the bus, have a bad day at work, and you'll attribute it all to the broken mirror. Your belief shapes your perception of reality. You are, in essence, creating your own bad luck simply by expecting it. The real curse isn't in the shattered glass. It's in the power of suggestion and the anxiety that the superstition creates. So, the next time you hear the crash of a breaking mirror, take a deep breath. Remember the fascinating journey this belief has taken from ancient water gazers to Venetian aristocrats. It's a story about our relationship with our reflection, our soul, and our deep-seated need to find meaning and order in the universe. It's a testament to the power of storytelling and how these ancient ideas can still echo in our modern lives. You don't need to bury the pieces or wait for a full moon. The best way to break the curse is simply not to believe in it. Sweep up the glass carefully, dispose of it safely, and remind yourself that your luck, your future, and your soul are entirely your own to shape. They can't be broken by a simple accident. Thanks for watching our exploration into the history of this superstition. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more journeys into the fascinating stories behind our world. See you next time.